Have there been times when you have not expressed your love for God because of the people that are surrounding you? Welcome to Youth Talk with Brother Sumit. Hello and welcome. Today we'll be discussing about a very important issue that is subtly influencing the lives of our youth today. That is peer pressure and its influence on the way we express our faith. Today we are being joined by Percival and Nikita for this discussion. Nikita and Percival, could you please introduce yourselves, beginning with Nikita?
Sure. So my name is Nikita Fernandez. I'm a third year med student, originally from Mumbai Holy Family Parish, but right now I'm in Georgia, the country,
Right.
not the state.
Okay, Nikita and Percival.
I'm Percival Holt. I'm from Delhi Archdiocese and I live in the city of Faridabad. I finished my master's in biotechnology in 2018 and then was the national president for ICYM until February this year.
Okay, great. Thank you guys for joining in. Let's begin with you, Percival. Have there been instances in your life when you had to actually probably curtail yourself or restrain certain religious expressions that you would do because of the crowd that you were around?
Yes, two incidents. One is when I was in college, friends would usually plan up a get together or to hang out on a Sunday morning around 11,
Okay.
12 for lunch. So, although I used to tell them to keep it later, but there were times when it could not happen, and I would then decide, okay, I will attend mass in a parish nearby once we are done with our get together, which sometimes would not happen. So I would end up skipping mass on that Sunday for them. The second is I wear this bow cross for years now, and I remember I keep it out all the time. So when I would go with friends, particularly to a pub or a club, they would tell me to put it inside. It looks awkward, and I was like, why? I'm okay with it. So yeah, I had to actually at times put it inside just because my friends were not
Okay.
comfortable.
Comfortable with it. Okay, Nikita, you are in Georgia right now, right? So
Yes.
do you experience any difference in terms of the way you were behaving in India and the way you have to behave over there?
Sure, definitely. I think influence plays a major role. Like back home, all of us live with our parents, and you have strict rules. If you live with your parents, you gotta go to church on Sunday. You cannot miss mass. You cannot skip mass. You cannot be late to church. Rules are rules. You gotta follow them. But here, you live an independent life, and a lot of youth back home. I'm not saying all of them, but majority of us were you forced, like you gotta go to church, but because someone's telling you to go to church. Here you live on your own, you live independently, and I see that there are a lot of youth, most of them, that willingly want to get into church work.
Okay, Percival, you've had a lot of experience working in the youth ministry. Okay, general observation, definitely, and I hope I'm wrong, is that the interest of the youth in church activities is steadily declining. So is the attendance. Do you think peer pressure plays a very important role, or as Nikita is saying, the amount, like in India, this is too forced? What do you feel?
Yes, definitely. I agree with Nikita. In India, it happens a lot by compulsion, a lot by rituals and tradition. But then I'm not very sure peer pressure is directly impacting the declining in faith, because if you see peers, friends particularly, all of them belong to different faiths, and there is a general understanding of spirituality in most of them. Or,
Okay.
but yes, maybe our perception of feeling awkward, or they will think that I am too religious and so I can't be open minded, I will be orthodox, I can't chill out. I think that perception and apprehension, yes, could play a role.
Okay. So Percival, you made an important point about the role of our own perceptions, right? Now, considering this, Nikita, what advice would you give to youth in terms of how to balance their social life and their, the faith life that they have?
Thing I call this my trick is what I do is I'll make the sign of the cross. It doesn't have to be loud or like this. Subtly, I'll make the sign of the cross and like say a prayer. All right. And I did this initially only myself, like by myself, and I didn't even think anyone was noticing. But while I used to travel with my friends, like they started noticing it, irrespective of the religion, they started noticing it. And they used to realize, previously they used to engage in conversation and they used to try to talk to me while we're traveling. But then slowly, as the days passed by while we're traveling, there was this time when we used to start traveling, the first 2 minutes, nobody spoke to me. And I realized that they are picking up on the fact that I am praying. And
Okay.
watching me, they started doing that as well.
Percival, what's your trick?
My trick is so initially I also used to try to mask my spiritual life in a social setting, and I think most youth do that. You mask it. So when you're in a social setting, you try to act very cool, like she said, no, don't make the sign of the cross and all of that. Though from inside your instinct tells you then don't do it. And so I realized that is where it became like a tussle from within. I remember this one incident. I went to a friend's birthday party where there were a lot of known people, and they knew me as a Catholic youth leader, and I was in the decision team and all of that. And I had a glass of beer in my hand, and these two guys walk up to me and say, "Oh, you drink beer?" And I said, "Yeah, why not?" And they said, "No, you're so spiritual, and you always give talks, and all of that. So we thought you are a very spiritual person." And I said, "What makes you think with a glass of beer in mind that I'm not spiritual?" So I think that is the like, as I said, the perception that is there. So I think we need to, somewhere the youth need to integrate these two things and not live two lives. One is a spiritual one and one is a social one.
Okay, that's great, guys. I'm really happy with the way you have expressed yourselves, and the personal sharings that you have done today. What I really pick up, and I think that is a message for all of us, that we need to be authentic. If we are convinced about our beliefs, our faiths, and as Nikita said, we don't really need to tell it to people. If we are convinced about what we are doing, I'm sure that people around will witness us, and that will be a bigger witness value than actually going on rooftops and shouting about Christianity. So thank you very much, Nikita, Percival, for sharing your witness value with us today, and I wish you all the very best, and I really hope that you continue to be great disciples of Christ. Thank you very much, and all the best to you guys. See you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much for joining us for this episode of Youth Talk. Do write in your experiences in the comment section below. Please do continue to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. And just in case, if you have figured out who this guy is, also do mention it in the comment section. See you. Take care. God bless.